Freeloaders. I'm Mike Papa Foxtrot.
And I'm 3T.
Freeloaders is a regular look at what is or has been free to download from the PlayStation Network. We download the games and give them a play and see if they're worth the download, bandwidth and time.
This time we're looking at Concrete Genie, an action-adventure game that utilises the DualShock's motion controls to create landscapes which turn into living portraits. How the player paints creatures and what colour they're painted affects their personalities. The story follows a young boy named Ash on a quest to retrieve pages from his sketchbook, which have been scattered throughout an abandoned and polluted town. Along the way, he discovers a paintbrush that can bring his artwork to life. Concrete Genie was released for the PlayStation 4 on October the 8th, 2019, and these are our first impressions. So, had you ever heard of this game before last week?
No,
Me neither.
Not at all. It was, and it's actually, to be honest with you, it's a game that apparently is very exclusive to the PlayStation, which I only found out when I was just looking through like the Wiki notes on it, just to see what the game actually was. And I can imagine that it's a game that is very sort of specifically orientated towards the PlayStation, because there aren't very many games consoles on the market that actually have that sort of like, because something that is underrated with the PlayStation 4 that never really got a real good look in. The touchpad was kind of ignored most of the time. You know, it was just basically a big button.
Yeah.
And the fact that you could use the controller. I mean, I think GTA. Grand Theft also had the ability to fly aeroplanes and helicopters using it, but it was never really that effective. It was, you feel better pushing buttons, and so it feels like it was something that was sort of specifically kind of made in that genre, but also very late, because the sort of Nintendo Wii kind of had all of the motion control kind of covered, really. So yeah. I'm fascinated to see what that aspect of it does. I also like the fact that it does apparently have a VR element in it. So we don't have VR headsets.
No.
Fine,
and again, it's like, I think you pointed out briefly before we started recording that perhaps it was given a new life through the VR, maybe, if it wasn't particularly picked up. But I don't know. I'm interested to see how this is going to work. If we're going to be flailing around and knocking microphone stands as we do so, that is going to be quite amusing. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a particular Call of Duty that was played on a Wii that brings back horrible motion control movements. I don't like it when you're forced to use it, but I do like it when it's seamlessly integrated in. I think that will be the fun part of it. So you've not heard of anything about this game either before last week?
No, not at all. Neither of this week's or this month's releases were anything I had even heard of. So, and this just seemed like the most fun, the most out there, I think, didn't it? We like to give underdogs a chance and maybe just to highlight things that people might not have heard of or played as well. So,
I think that was our final decision, wasn't it, really? Because the other game, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, was like a €40 game, and this one is a €30 game, and then the other one was for an exclusive for the PlayStation 5. And I think we just looked, I looked sort of dumbfounded at the screen thinking, what the hell are we going to do? And then this one seemed like... the underdog. I think that was exactly the selection process that we went for. This is, and also, this kind of this is sort of creative, something different, something a little bit out there. I mean, we didn't really know that until after we kind of picked it, but shall we jump in and see how much end user license agreement we have to sign up to, and how much filler video has to be inserted into this?
Sounds like
I'm
going
to press X. Shall we see what settings need changing?
I think
I'm
so.
pushing X now.
My screen is shouting press X at me. I'm not going to do options, but you're probably just going to check your axes, I would have thought.
That's right. You keep talking for me.
So I'm just going to... that's right, Stufa. You help me. I'm going to go for new, and I'm going to click it when I'm confident that you've done some switching of options.
Well, I'm hoping I've done my options. I'm going to push new
and
now.
empty, and off we go.
Did I have to give it a name? Or no?
No,
Good.
it's fine. So we've got some lovely scribbled crayon artwork.
Well, I mean, that's not really graffiti, is it? I mean, the other thing that annoyed me slightly in the blurb was it talks about a magic paintbrush. I mean, I always thought graffiti was primarily... Well, I suppose you can do it with markers,
It's anything.
those big ink markers, but I thought it was mostly sort of rattle cans.
I'd
spray
say
cans and
surely
things like that.
graffiti is just any unwanted and or unlicensed markings on a surface that you don't own, perhaps, because graffiti is rude pictures.
I love the definition of unlicensed. You can have
graffiti is...
You can put any logos you like as long as you got the license agreement.
Well, but yeah, like graffiti is whatever if it's not supposed to be there, it's probably graffiti.
Yeah.
So in the sketchbook, that's perfectly fine. He owns that. That is a that is not.
So technically, that's art then.
Yes, that is art. Well, graffiti's art as well. I think. Well, I like. Just to go while we're watching this animation play, I think it's Scott McCloud in his Understanding Comics book where he talks about art being basically anything that isn't about survival or procreation. So anything that you do which only has a purpose to exist or to be sort of to entertain people, I would say, and I quite like that very broad description.
Yeah. Well, he's quite nice. He's of course, between the two of us, you are the more artistic of the two, are you not?
Skills have atrophied quite significantly, but I wish I was still more active. But
I think my first drawing, when I first really started drawing, it was a Tony Hart Anyone Can Draw book.
Oh yeah,
which was really awesome. I quite enjoyed that, and like learning to sketch with pencils, and I do like doodling. But I'm just always embarrassed by my artwork, and that's just the way it is.
That was an incredible book, wasn't it? And Tony Hart was a legend anyway, wasn't he? Let's just be old men for a second. Talk about Tony Hart. Could kill a man with his little finger, I expect. He was a Gurkha.
Oh, yeah. And then there's that little plasticine thing called Morph that used to be very, very clever. And of course the lovely... the gallery music used to play.
I do like that there seems to be a correlation between art celebrities and having served in some kind of military force, because Tony Hart, obviously, Bob Ross famously was a Marine or something, was he? I don't know, he was in some military service, and I think it was George Rockall Schmidt on YouTube that says something about he's a guy who looks like he's seen some shit. Okay, now we're having to... I've got to center the cursor, so sorry, let's get straight.
Hang on. So, press square and center the cursor.
Oh, mine said press triangle to recenter the cursor. That's interesting.
Oh, no, I got it. Sorry, there's a square there, but it's... so if I push center like this, then I've got to keep my arm like this. Am I looking for the center?
Yeah, just get yourself comfortable and then recenter so that you can then start moving around the targets. I've only just realised that it wanted me to find targets.
Yeah, well, I pushed it before.
Oh, okay. You hold down... Oh, this is quite therapeutic. If this was just a colouring book, I'd quite enjoy this. I've gone outside the lines a little bit there, but I'm not worried. As Rob Newman used to say, just doesn't matter.
That's more like it.
You know, gently tilt the... how many targets did you hit? Oh, now it's...
quite a few. Wow. You know, I'm going outside the lines, but I'm not stressing out about it. It's fine.
Oh, I can paint. Oh, that's nice.
You have to do it in brushstrokes. You can't just hold it down. You have to let go as well.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just doing it all in one. It's one big continuous, because that's my style.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can. Oh, okay.
Yep.
There we go.
Turn page. Yep.
Scribble. Oh, but these are actually...
It's a bee. It's a bee. Oh, look at that.
Beautiful drawings.
I've got the yellow paint. I've got the yellow paint dirty.
They're very nice.
The edges.
I do like the art style already. Oh, swishy swish. Let's just scribble.
Why is he going to paint this with a... Oh, it's blue. Oh, I thought he was going to paint it in white.
Oh, you've done your yellow one already. I'm taking far too much time over my paintings.
I don't know. I don't... I get stuck on tutorials, so I don't really...
Let's go with blue.
I'm not the greatest artist here.
Well, neither am I. I mean, I'm just,
Oh, I'll tell you what. If you just jiggle the controller backwards and forwards, you can do lots of little micro moves.
Oh, I don't like that. I like my swooshes. I'm going to do the...
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm just sort of...
swoosh.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. I like that.
What?
I'm an ugly painter.
What I'm worried about is I'm sort of ruining his lovely sketchbook. But, you know, I know he doesn't mind.
So, something about find the centre, and then... Oh, that's
Yeah, you've
how
got to
it
retarget,
works.
and then... There we go. That's close enough. Oh, no.
No, because I think the game has worked out that I'm struggling because of the way that I'm moving. I see.
Oh, no.
Because it must have gone like, you must be doing crazy movements.
I've just gone massively out of the way there on that one, but you know, this tutorial, I would quite happily just play this. Just if I was having a shit day, and again I've cursed and I'm sorry, but if I was having a terrible day,
no, it's perfectly valuable, perfectly valid,
and
valuable.
I think you know, just reset, delete all your save files, and just come back and do the tutorial just for 10 minutes.
Well, there are those adult colouring books, aren't there? I mean, that is the thing. They are a thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'll be honest. I mean, I quite like sort of these kind of games where you kind of have to build gardens and things like that. I mean, they're the same kind of thing, you know, creating order from chaos. So
yeah. Oh, some bullies have just arrived.
These bullies really. I mean, what he needs to do is pull out a can of black spray paint and just, you know, spray it in their eyes.
Right in the eyes. I'll teach them.
Yeah.
So they're going to steal. We know this much from our preamble that they're going to steal and ruin. Oh, well, no, you don't eat somebody else's food, mate. They're going to steal his pages and rip them up.
No, not anymore.
No.
Definitely not. Not 2020, 2021. Oh, good Lord, no.
No, it's just not safe.
I mean, to be honest, you don't read a book that close either.
No. Oh, look, I spent ages. This is quite a nice idea because they've got you emotionally invested in these pictures because you've spent a few minutes colouring them in, and now you're going to see them get wrecked.
Oh, one of my colorings, one of my drawings just blew by.
Oh, you must be
It
slightly
was the
ahead.
one I painted as well. I mean, I guess that it's, you know, they're the same colour. It's not that you could change the colours. So.
No, but it's you know, we're more invested than we were had we not been in his head painting for the last 5 minutes. Oh no, my
They
picture.
locked him in an old bus or tram or something.
Yeah, you are slightly ahead of me. That's all right.
That's because I didn't really care about the painting.
Oh no, that's all I cared about.
I just don't. I have tutorial trauma, and I don't want to be, you know.
Reliving the last few episodes in your head of editing yourself trapped in endless screens of nonsense.
Why can't I go? Why can't I proceed? Why can't I proceed? Did I not read an instruction? No, you didn't read an instruction. Now that's an interesting. That's quite interesting. Oh, okay.
I love the art style. It's very.
Yeah,
it's almost like a
it's-
Pixar film at the moment.
It's very nice. I mean, it's
Yeah, no,
Maybe
that's
Mom's
interesting.
right. Maybe I shouldn't hang out around.
You're reacting to something that I haven't seen yet.
I
He's gone,
appear to have control. No, it's giving me control, which is nice. It's just congratulated me for actually working out how to stand up.
okay. Well, I look forward to working that out myself in about 3, 2, 1.
Maybe Mom's right.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't hang out around here.
It's sort of teaching the basic control functionality, but also continuing the story. It's quite a nice tutorial. I don't feel I've been tutorialized. I mean, the only reason I know it's a tutorial is because I'm pointing it out.
Yeah.
But it's quite seamless.
But it's just, yeah, take them on the journey and learn as you go.
Here. Look, that purple stuff.
Okay.
Keep seeing more
And
and more of it.
it's
Whatever it is, it's gumming up the tram's gears. Looks like I'm
So
not
is this, do you think, more, is it sort of, has it got a puzzle element to it as well, or?
yeah, I think so. Because I've just picked up
My
something,
pages?
which is.
How did they get all
I
the
mean,
way over
again, I'm
here?
not going to tell you too much until you're sort of roughly with me, and then we can kind of help each other.
Yeah.
But
So just,
I'm just sort of
That
making sure that
can't
there's
be the
nothing in
wind,
this cable car. That's what
Something
that's
weird
what it's
going on
called.
here.
That's what a tram on wires that hangs in the ground is called. Yeah.
oh, well, I just ran away from the cable car. I've gone straight after those pages.
Oh, did you pick up the newspaper?
No. Was I supposed to?
No, it just had a little bit of a story element to it.
I'll go back to it. I'm going back. I don't want to miss stuff. Is it on the cable car? Oh, no, outside.
It's on the bench outside, yeah.
Excellent. Oh, yeah, collecting stuff.
Oh, and the controls. Oh, the controls are exactly what you would expect them to be.
This is, at the moment, a very, very pleasant surprise so far, I would say.
Yeah, I just got a lovely... I like the big check mark for doing things well.
It's just endorphins.
Because even though it takes you out of the game, it's like, yeah, well done, you worked it out. You was clever.
I'm just going to have a little look around before I go in the big glowy door, because I don't want to miss stuff. And now I know there's things to collect. It's
Oh, yeah, that's why the first thing I'm doing is going around the outside. And, I found something. I don't know how to interact with it, but I found something. Oh no, it's butterflies. Okay.
Yeah, I've just seen those as well, so that's fine. So we're in roughly the same place. There is a drawing on the side of this.
Yeah, I couldn't work out how to start. I'm guessing that you have to learn.
I'm wondering if...
Because we haven't found the paintbrush yet.
I'm wondering
which
if
was talked about.
Butterflies might signify and something you have to interact with at some point. It might be just a nice way of...
Oh, you can go in the water. That's nice.
So big
yeah,
doors.
it's sort of pointing out things in a really nice way. I'm just double checking everything just to make sure.
Yeah, because
it won't let you commit suicide. That's a shame. All right, let's go in the glowy doors then.
Butterflies everywhere in here as well. Yeah, this is it's a very pretty game, isn't it?
That
I'll
page.
tell you what, yeah,
Like it has a
and
life of its
you
own.
know, considering it's not sort of, it's about what, half the price. Well, I mean, admittedly, it's 2 years old now, but it's about half the price of.
Hello?
Oh, okay, he's in crouch mode.
Well,
There's no ghost.
being led around by a piece of paper now.
Like it has a life of its own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a puzzle element to it, hasn't it?
I'm thinking, yeah.
I'm just trying to work out what I should have done then. I think I should have followed that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, so I'm not saying too much, just we'll let it unfold at the pace that it unfolds.
No, but I didn't. I have a feeling I've got to get onto the upper deck.
Not yet.
Let's go and see if we can open this door.
Oh, you're doing a full explore. I've just gone straight in to chase the paper.
No, oh, lower deck. Right. Oh yeah, I do. I'm enjoying the actual. I picked up my drawing. I've got my drawing.
It's not how
That's the one I
imagined you
painted.
sounding.
I painted that.
I wonder if there's a way of testing whether you could paint it a certain way and you'd recognise that it had retained the exact interaction that you had with it.
It didn't make me have to paint in the lines.
No.
But then what I'm looking at now is a lot tidier than what I did. So I'm wondering if you just put a big blue X,
How?
if that would be enough.
Can this be?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, could you have made it very distinctive? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed to let you turn the page once you've done enough. Once you put enough colour into it. So
Exactly, but the instinct is to fill in as much as you can. So I, would be interested to play that tutorial again, just like you say, do a big X on it and then move on, and then watch it fly around.
just to see, just for troubleshooting purposes.
Give it like a
appear to...
Ninja Turtles face mask or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we're roughly on a similar time scale now.
Yeah.
Found the magic brush, at least.
Whoa, you're in the wall now. How?
Move your painting cursor. Oh,
You need to
okay,
point
so
the brush
there. Target practice.
Wow. This might take some getting used to.
Okay, well I've just hit a save point, so I'm about to get that as well now. I think.
Painting makes those light up.
Just follow this. And...
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah, I can already think. I'm not going to say it in this first bit, but I can already think of some games that this reminds me of.
Oh, I can think of games that this reminds me of as well.
We'll talk about it
it's
part 2.
Hey,
But
where are you going now?
interesting. Oh, yeah. Use both sticks to move. There we go. Otherwise, you run into walls. Very interesting.
Okay, well, I just picked up a great big paintbrush.
Yeah,
So,
you got the magic brush now.
More of my pages.
and then I got to play the target game.
Let's see how they look on the wall.
Oh, you have to be absolutely in the center.
Take that?
You can, I think, recenter it if you need to. To switch to the design that Luna is requesting. There you go. Yeah, and then you get the opportunity to triangle to recenter.
Oh, this is incredible.
Put away your paintbrush.
Okay, some grass will be nice for you to walk on. Hey,
This
where are
is
you going now?
very relaxing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Where did he go? Did he go up or down? He went up.
Not really sure what else he wants me to do, but I'm gonna just keep adding to this.
There's some paper. Just picked up some more pages.
Oh, I see.
Wants me to start.
Tutorial hint, if it tells you to do something, just do it, because I just spent ages painting, and it was saying, press L2 if you want to undo your previous stroke, and I was like, alright, I don't want to, but yeah, I had to.
Oh, okay.
What do I do next, though?
Well, that's what I'm trying to work out.
I've done the painting he wants.
Oh, he wants a specific painting.
Yeah, you have to choose from your pad.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'm just continuing to do this until he tells me otherwise. I'm just gonna... Alright, that's lots and lots of flowers now, Monster. What else do you want me to do?
I keep forgetting I have to move the control.
It's natural, though. It's not... It doesn't feel too, clumsy, you know?
No.
But I am a bit lost. So, do I just do another design? Oh, yes, he wants that one.
He keeps changing the designs. Yeah. He's
I see. That's where I was
the
confused.
thing I've only just worked that out myself.
Sure, why not?
Oh,
Because
paint limit.
we're telling a story about him, and so he wants, he wants grass, he wants a fire, he wants a stick, he wants stars because he's,
I just got told
selfish.
paint limit reached, so I think I've probably wasted so much on the other things.
Oh, okay.
Circle to put away your paintbrush. Right, that took me ages because I just kept making flowers. I got a trophy, and I think that means you probably
I got
have
a
as
trophy.
well.
I've just got my trophy as well. So
We've caught up again.
We've come back into sync, which is quite.
Because I spent 5 years painting flowers. So that would be fun for you to watch when you're editing. Flower, 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 flower.
I picked up a hitchhiker. Okay,
Okay,
then.
but that's very pleasing.
Okay then. Splotch. You guys really aren't living up to the whole...
What's nice is it's still telling a story as well.
Yeah.
While it's tutorializing,
Yeah.
and even though that tutorial was a little bit, wasn't the clearest tutorial in the world, I don't think it needed to be. I think it was designed to be what it was because we've left a lovely picture.
It's, you just learn at your own pace, as I eventually did. But where am I going now? Well, I wonder, is this enough of a first impression? Should we stop recording now?
I think that might be a good chance, just to sort of that way, as the puzzle solving embarrassment of trying to solve puzzles increases in difficulty, we don't look like a couple of Wallies.
Well, and it doesn't
even
give
though
away.
we're wearing a Where's Wally hat.
Doesn't give away too much more story, and I think now we can just go and have a play around. So that sounds good. If you're happy with that, we will disappear for what for us will be quite a while, but for you should just be a few moments, and we'll be back with our final thoughts after this.
So for you, it's been just moments, but for us, it's been some time. And quite an enjoyable time, really, 3T, hasn't it been?
I've been pleasantly surprised by this game. Not to give too much away, but this I think it was obvious during our first impressions that we were both quite absorbed in this game. And yeah, I'm very, very relaxed, having spent some time playing playing Concrete Genie.
Even in its most frustrating moments, it is still quite relaxing. It's a game where, on your own, just sitting there, it's the gaming equivalent of a colouring book, isn't it, really?
It is really nice. Gentle, sort of puzzle. Well, it is puzzle solving. Gentle puzzle solving, a bit of platforming, very nice visuals. And just sort of feels. I mean, let's go straight into the things we normally, the sort of categories, the rough categories with ourselves. Playable, very, very playable. It's. I think you summed it up first of all. You said something along the lines of the buttons do exactly what you expect them to do.
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
running around.
Right out of the gate, it was just there, wasn't it?
Yeah, you instinctively reach for a jump button and it makes you jump. You move around with the cameras, it makes you move. Square is sort of an action button. It feels very natural.
It also seems to know when you're in trouble with your motion as well. It kind of every now and then it goes, you want to push triangle to do reset curve, put it in the middle. You sure? Because you seem to be leaning a little bit too far over. I mean, I guess maybe I'm just imagining it, but
no, I think it's true, and it's after a while. I think we both just very instinctively. It's very quickly, not even after a while. Very quickly, you instinctively the DualShock. It's perfectly. It's been perfectly balanced for this controller because of the instant flow, the small movements. You're making flowing motions. It's quite forgiving in a lot of ways, but it's very.
It's interesting because, like flying an aeroplane or a helicopter in a game, it never was responsive enough. But in this, it's responsive enough, which makes you wonder, really. What about replayability then? Because the playability's there because we're unfolding a mystery, we're solving problems. Well, actually, we seem to be costing a town an electricity bill, but and also graffitiing the hell out of a city. Replayability for me. I can see myself coming back to it and just enjoying colouring it in again.
Yeah, exactly. You likened it to a colouring book. I think if you would I've just had a really rubbish day at work. I think I'll just have 10 minutes of colouring in, of interactive colouring in, of watching things come alive, watching sort of crazy made-up monsters enjoying things that you've put on a wall for them. There's a very childlike. There's a childlike joy and wonder to just a monster saying to you, "Make me a fire," and you go, "Oh, all right then." It's just quite pleasant to. I
had a nice
play.
one where I had two genies, and one was karaokeing, and the other had love hearts coming off of him, where he was loving the performance of the first one. And there's little moments like that are just very, very satisfying. I don't think you can really show them on video. No. And give them the joy that they have because you go, I did that, I made that.
But I didn't
colour in the lines, but I did that.
Every genie you make is going to be pretty unique to yourself because it depends on the strokes you put in there. And so, yeah, exactly. You had a moment I didn't have. Yeah, I only had one genie at that moment. So all I had was him just doing a little solo. But the fact that you had another one there to watch him, there's so many different ways you can play it in any order. So, yeah, I think it's very replayable. There's a real charm to it that is surprising cynical old me.
Yeah, and the fun factor was, I'm just going to skip straight to the fun factor. Fun factor, we had fun playing it together. I'm pretty sure we're going to have fun playing it apart. I'm going to have fun playing it. Like you said, it's that game that you what's really nice is that as you unlock all the bits and pieces to colour things in, you start actually really, instead of just going, I'm just going to spray the northern lights over here, you go, I'll create some stars and I'll stick a sun up there and then I'll do northern lights over here. And you start to actually create scenery. And then, of course, within there's the fun challenge of, you need all the icons, you need all those little elements because you need to be able to make this picture, make that. So there's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge. It's not... Even when I've been stuck, I haven't been angrily, frustratedly stuck. So, definite fun factor.
definitely. Yeah, had a lot of fun, even with just the free paint section where you can just go back and gives you a wall and it says, go on, make a scene if you want. Do what you like. Draw what's in your heart.
Push L3 and R3 together and just have fun painting.
Be Bob Ross.
Tiny art.
This is my happy little world, and I'm just going to put a happy little tree here, and it's.
Can you see what it is yet?
Oh no, not that one. So I think we've been talking as we've been playing. We'll come back to the other one, but we've been about similar games that this has reminded us of. And the one that really jumps out to me is the motion control game from the PlayStation 3, I believe, Flower, which was just another one which it had a skill to it. It was a puzzle game. You had to use the motion of the controller to you played the wind basically, didn't you? And you had to
you were collecting the petals and pushing the petals round, and the more petals you had, the more momentum you had.
Yeah, opening up new fields of new flowers and just creating life, and it was that was again similarly relaxing feel to it. There was a story, simple as it was, and it used the controller in an imaginative way. So that's the first game I thought of. You thought of another one as we were.
And then I threw Witness in because I said it's a bit like Witness because you've got like quite colourful puzzles to solve. Witness was slightly more frustrating, but not frustrating in an angry way. I don't think I ever was like, I can't solve this puzzle. It was relaxing. It was like, okay, well, there's got to be a solution to this. There really has. And it was colourful and cheery. So that was one that I threw into the mix. And then we both racked our brains for the other one. We were like, no, there was another one. It was one like Witness. And eventually... and the thing is, we did it in season 1.
Exactly, yeah. It comes back to another one that we've played, having... through the Freeloaders series and Rhyme, Rhyme from the very first year of doing it, and that moving around, very gentle, third person puzzle solve. Just you manipulate the environment to just move on to the next area. Very, very nice, and
And the thing is, it's a very polished game as well.
Yes.
It's a lot more polished than some games we've played. Like the actual platforming functionality of it, when you're jumping from roofs and abseiling with your magic brush, and it hasn't sacrificed that for the I'm just a painting game. It actually is a stand-up platforming type game where you're jumping from rooftop to rooftop, jumping from container to container. You're having to climb walls. You're having to work out where things are to go. It's not just a painting game. And even when you've got the bullies kind of harassing you and haranguing you into things, you're avoiding conflict. There's so many elements to it. It is more than just a painting game. And I think that needs to be made clear. It also is a problem-solving game. You're trying to solve problems. How do I light these lights? How do I clear this area? How do I get on? But you're collecting things. I need to collect the pages of my book. I need to collect these pictures so I can make better monsters or better genies, better graffiti genies or concrete genies or whatever you want to call them. And so there's a lot going on. On the surface, you think, I probably thought, let's give it a go. Yeah. and now genuinely and pleasantly surprised, I think.
As is always the way with the games that we tend to like, is that I think they come out of the blue, and also it's a very good. There's a lot of good triggers in this game. I think you mentioned green ticks. I think I've earned more trophies from this game in the first couple of areas than I have in a lot of games that I've played for longer. So
you gave it a phrase, didn't you? You said it was like. A way of keeping you engaged.
Yeah, I think it is. It's sort of the fruit machine element of ding ding ding. Here's another thing. Oh, look, aren't you doing well? Go on, go into another area. You might earn something else. Oh, there's lots of trophies for you. Collect them all.
I'm just looking at my trophies, and the last three or the currently the last 2 games we played before this. Rocket Arena, right? Trophy completion 1%, Greedfall, trophy completion 2%. Concrete Genie, 15%!
Weirdly, I'm at 23, so that's interesting. And one of them, very pleasingly, was called Pyromaniac, and that was an extra little tickle in the back of my brain. Very happy with that. It was very, very pleasant, and it knows exactly what it's doing. It's keeping you happy. Completionists are like, I need all the light bulbs, and also, I know there's more trophies.
Yeah, I do now. I've just had a look. I hadn't actually looked before we were talking. So,
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I feel it's definitely worth my time. I don't know if I would have paid the 30 euros for it.
That seems steep.
That said, it is good value for money.
Yeah, even having played it, I'm not sure that I would have gone out of my way to have... you played it and enjoyed it, but I wouldn't have paid that much for it.
No.
But this has given me my value this month for my subscription. And I think that is kind of a big deal, really, having been let down by so many others. So
Yeah. A game like this comes along every now and then where we genuinely enjoy... it's genuinely a game that we get behind, and I mean, this is the thing, we always ask, would we have paid for it? At the end of the day, we are paying for it. We're just not paying 30 euros for it. We are paying or whatever it is, £30, $30, whatever it actually is in your local region. But at the end of the day, we are paying for it, and I think definitely what I've paid for it, I'm happy. I don't begrudge I don't begrudge a couple of months of games when a good game like this comes along. That said, I would like every month to be but that is never going to happen, because not every game is going to float everyone's boat.
I will take
this game,
a month.
Though, lights my lighthouse,
Very nice. I will definitely take a month of over 10 months in a row of ugh.
Yeah, definitely. So, with that, this is Mike Papa Foxtrot.
And this is 3T, and we were looking at Concrete Genie, which is currently freeloadable from the PlayStation Network in February 2021.